Yo, what's good? Welcome back to OLS.
Yo, 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 yo.
We are currently waiting for the lobby to be made. As per usual, it is 9:03. Game should have started at 9. Game was scheduled to start at 9.
You're insane for at all thinking that it's gonna start even
I
close
never
to on
did,
time.
but
Okay.
usually they have the
Just
lobby open by 9, you know. Usually it's like
Okay, so it's Enrique versus who?
versus the princesses. I have to change the name of the OLS game when we get there.
Ethan, which is Ulysses' team.
Yes. What is Emily's team or Emily and Enrique's team name? Do they have a team name?
Uh, oh, we can look at their role in the server. Let me just go find one of them.
The Blackrock Battle Bunnies. How do we coin flip? They're gonna do the 1v1, bro. Just, brother, just. Okay, he's doing the coin flip. I don't know if I
Okay.
have it in me to watch 1v1 at 9 o'clock for side selection in a best of 3. I don't know if I have the mental durability for that one. I think the 1v1s are pretty cool when it's not like gonna take 15 minutes.
Okay. There's screen share in the coin flip. Oh, is B-Bone in this one?
Yeah, B-Bone's on Ulysses' team.
Oh, that's right.
An age-old rivalry.
The best friends.
I mean, they do say no two countries that have a McDonald's have ever gone to war. And, my OLS reporters in the sticks have told me that they have recently built a McDonald's in China. They just opened it up. So maybe,
They cut the ribbon
maybe
together.
they actually
Ulysses
can,
and B-Bone.
yeah, like maybe they both have said, all right, look, it's a new day, a new dawn.
Yeah.
We can both go buy the McRib.
Those have a strange bonding capability.
We'll see. How
I mean,
the synergy
you
looks.
can't say that they're not gonna get a McDonald's victory dinner
They
together if
might.
they win.
There's a very good
They
chance
might be
they will.
doing that. Yesterday's enemy, dude.
Is this best of 3? Yes, B-Bone. All of the games are. I mean, yeah, it's at least 2 games, bro.
Oh no, and they're asking how to make draft links, dude.
This is best of 21. Yeah, it's not. We're gonna stifle that rumor immediately.
Might damn near feel like it.
Enrique drops a draft link, but he doesn't say it's for blue side first. I nearly clicked that.
You know, you sent
He
both of
gives
them.
his own draft link. He might be a Masters player on the Rift, bro, but in the draftable game, he might be
Low
iron.
elo IRL.
All right, hold on. I gotta update this.
So I think both high elo players will be in the jungle. It'll be interesting to see how each
Unless
team
B-Bone
approaches
is
the
the
draft.
jungler. You
Yeah, I
think
mean then.
Ulysses is gonna give up the jungle for B-Bone? It's possible. Stranger things have happened.
It's possible.
I think that they're
I don't
both
know
gonna
if
go.
stranger things
I
have
think they're
happened
gonna
though.
go into the bot lane. I think that B-Bone is gonna play ADC and Ulysses is gonna support him, and they're gonna
I
go
think
undefeated.
they might have the synergy, dude.
They're gonna go fully undefeated, and they're gonna bicker like a married couple the entire time.
I, wa- I want the comms, dude. I want them so bad.
Well, I have a
I need to
feeling
know
that
if
there's
they're
not
still
gonna be
beefing
any
or not.
comms. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have a feeling
I
that that Ulysses is literally mute deafened, and B-Bone is probably flaming nobody.
I think for a team like that, dude, it takes one like really bad loss to make
Oh,
it
and then it's like
like you're
completely
being
gone.
held hostage. But we'll see. Maybe they never get that tough loss and just steamroll their way through the split.
But we'll
Are
see.
they not ready?
Um, I don't know. Be right back. My pizza's here, and I ain't doing no ASMR stream. All right, not for free.
Okay, now they're readying up. Okay, draft has started. You have the right overlay?
Yes.
Hadaban coming out. I wonder if that's toward. Oh, that's towards Yusuf. He's the Kato player, right?
Yeah,
Banning
Yusuf's
Enrique's Lee
countering mid.
Sin. Gotta pay the Kazakh's tax against Ulysses. I agree with all the bans so far. And banning David's Blitzcrank. Also fair. I mean, if you're, worried about your AD carry, which, hey, if I had B-Bone, I might be a little bit worried. So, good bans. Vladimir ban coming out. Who is that targeting? Maybe also Yusuf.
It could be
No, that's the
Enrique.
other team. Yeah,
Oh yeah, no, it's the other team.
it's the wrong team.
So
Yeah.
he banned that against Ethan himself, the captain. He played it in Winter Bowl. He was pretty good at it.
Ulysses first picking Graves, feeling confident on the pick. It is one of his tried and true classics. And Enrique, that is most certainly Enrique Zed. He's played several games with Zed Jungle in previous OLS splits. Although Zed Jungle has kind of fallen out of favor, I would say, in the jungle meta. But I mean, he's good at it. He can make it work. And followed up with an Ornn pick, so we should see top counter pick here. I mean, maybe you just send it on like a Gwen or something. Victor and top lane counter, most likely. Cho'Gath. I think Cho'Gath is so good right now. Austin, who you got? The Ulysses Graves or Enrique Zed in the jungle
I
matchup?
think you know exactly how I feel about Graves the champion, bro. I think Graves might be the worst jungler in the entire game right now. He's been good in the past, right? But
Struggling a bit right now. Interesting that they don't lock mid here. They want to. I think it's. They think that the Thresh will get banned if they don't pick it now.
I mean,
Fair assumption, to be honest.
I think they picked it to take it away from David. That's one of David's other picks.
Oh yeah. Well, isn't David? David is on that team. That's David's Thresh.
Oh well, well yeah, even more reason then, right? Like
Yeah. Banning Cassio. Pretty strong
that champ
champion right
is
now.
just disgusting.
Yeah. She's like topping all the win rate charts in every role.
And then Poppy for
Why?
Graves, I guess, but
But
like you gonna play
you have
Poppy,
support top picked.
Poppy
It's
top, you
difficult.
gonna play Poppy mid, Poppy ADC?
Yeah. I mean, maybe jungle's still open and Enrique is going to be playing Zed mid instead. It is like, they can put him in either. It's a flex in that sense. You're just not flexing the player. Or, I mean, maybe Yusuf plays Zed. I could be wrong.
I
Rakan
mean,
ban
he
coming
does play
out.
Katarina, so I think he plays like other assassins too.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't surprise me. And the Lux ban. What's Ethan's team's name again?
The princesses, the Disney princesses.
The Disney Princesses.
Yes, sir.
I do love Disney over there.
Mickey Mouse for sure.
Okay, so it is going to be Zed mid and Karthus jungle. There's still the question of who's playing what, and whether they put Yusuf into the mid lane and put Enrique.
That could be Karthus ADC as well.
That's true. Morgana lock, hoping that Black Shield might help you, get you out of some of those Karthus ultimates. Final pick for the Disney Princesses. Still missing their 80 carry. Morgana MF. One binding is all it's going to take.
Pretty sure MF is like the number one ADC at the moment. I think it's probably Ezreal, but I think MF is the highest pick rate.
I see, I see.
Oh no, it is Ezreal now actually. When Ezreal is the highest pick rate ADC, you know something has gone horribly wrong. MF is the third highest picked ADC. It's
And
Ezreal,
Kaisa. So
Ezreal,
does
Jinx, and then MF.
I mean, it can also be Karthus midline. Like, they're very flexible in their draft here and where they want to take their champions. Meanwhile, a bit easier to be sure when looking at the Disney princesses.
Yeah, I mean it's an interesting draft. I think I would give the draft edge to Krusty Krab just because Graves is a actual joke champion. But
It's a bit difficult to be useful in
maybe I've just been watching bad Graves players in the jungle, which is
that.
certainly a possibility, right?
Maybe you've been lied to.
I mean, I did see a Graves with full stacks get bursted by Viego yesterday, but again,
That game was so aggravating.
could
I don't even
be
want to
just
talk
a
about it,
skill
dude.
issue in the jungle.
That game was out of my hands, okay?
Ah, I don't know, man. It looked like it was pretty in your hands when you handed it to them.
No, 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 no. We'll VOD review later.
I don't know if you want to do
Okay.
that, bro. Are you sure you want a pod review? Anyway,
We'll see.
so the
Blind
draft
draft has started.
has
Oh,
it's a
thank God they
blind
did
draft,
blind, bro.
so I guess
Get in here quicker.
yeah. Well, they also lose the pausing. You
Oh,
can't
is that
pause if
how
it's a
it
blind pick.
works?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, unless they changed it.
I doubt they did.
I'm almost certain they didn't.
What are the Dude, it could happen. Somebody has to dip or is having issues. I feel like it happens in like 50% of games.
Yeah, for at least a little bit. Yeah. I don't know about 50% of games. 50% of series probably have at least like a 2 or 3 minute pause.
Okay, and now we begin our
Yeah, so we're heading into
3 minute
the
wait.
loading screen now, so we just gotta wait for 3 minutes.
Dude, when I was casting earlier, like the spec client wouldn't launch, and it would basically, I'd have to wait until the lobby kicked me out. So we'll see if it happens with you. But you just have to wait long enough if it does happen. Admittedly, I'm a little excited to see Enrique back in OLS, dude.
I'm
I got
pretty excited to
nostalgic
see
seeing the
how
Zed.
long until Mr. B-Bone breaks with 3 Chinese players on his team. I don't know if he can handle like. I feel for uh, Sir Porpoise the most because if you got to think about it, you know, B-Bone's on the team. There's 3 people who probably are calm.
Absolutely hate him.
They're saying comms in Chinese, and then there's one English speaker. I mean, I get they all speak English, but there's one guy who's mainly gonna speak English, and he's probably the only guy who's gonna be receptive to B-Bone's flaming. You know, he is not only the support in game, but he's the support of the whole
In
team.
the comms, yeah. Doing his best to hold his team together.
I mean, in terms of matchups, I'm pretty sure I could be wrong on this. I feel like Cho'Gath probably loses to Ornn.
Well, he can W the Q,
It might
right?
be
So
neutral.
I think like Cho'Gath gets really strong in the mid game currently, though, just with how tank items are. But these guys might just be Heartsteel stacking on each other all game, and then emerge out of lane being invincible.
Let me see what the win rate looks like. Yeah, so Ornn apparently wins that lane. Ornn has a 50.41% win rate against Cho'Gath. So
Okay, it's relatively
it's
close
pretty
then.
it's pretty close, but he is listed as like I think like the 10th highest win rate against him, so it's pretty much an even win. And that I don't know, I mean that's probably in solo queue. I mean it definitely is in solo queue, but if you're playing Ornn and your team is FFing at 15, then your win rate's gonna be lower because you don't get you don't get to actually give out
That's true.
masterwork items. So I would actually say it's probably a bit higher in OLS. And like in the bot lane, MF Morgana should be beating Kaisa Thresh, like
At least
pretty hard.
early.
I am
MF
incorrect.
should be a lot stronger at one item, I think.
MF
So
should be a lot stronger until about 3. I'm pretty sure it's actually that far off. All right, let's see. Well, I'm stuck on 0% loading. So is that what happened to you?
no,
Okay.
it
Well,
literally like
I'll let it
just
sit
give it
for
a
a minute.
moment. Yeah. See, I'll Alt F4 and do the right click spec now just to see if it. If I go and try to spec it, it puts it. There's still spectator delay. So it's just being weird. Do you wanna share screen? I'll just watch through yours, so we have the same.
I could try it, but last time I did that, it buffered the stream.
Okay, then we can just do our best to be synced up.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here at 0%.
I've still got 20 seconds left with the spec delay when I try to re-spectate from client. So give it a moment.
Unable to download spectator data. The game will not exit. Oh. Oh, I gotta change the scoreboard too. Shit.
We'll focus on getting into the game now.
Okay, well, I'm sitting on a loading screen, Nigel. I don't know what more I can do. Okay, I got in game.
Yeah, it was just waiting for the second spectaloid to end.
Who is red team?
Red team is Enrique. Blackrock Battle Bunnies. What timer are
The
you at?
triple B? I'll let you know in a second. While I fix this scoreboard. Their acronym is DP, bro. I'm a child, I swear. Alright, I'm at 30, 31, 32, 33.
We're synced up now. 38, 39,
Yeah.
40. Okay,
Mhm.
good.
So we just have a classic stack. Also, what is the key binding to zoom out the camera? Oh.
Shift Control Z.
See, I remembered that one. Almost.
There
Well,
you
I
go.
remembered it by the end. Very cool. So it's looking like we're going to see Enrique in the jungle on his Karthus. And looks like Ethan will be playing the Victor.
Make sure to move the portraits.
Yeah, I just did. Live. Looks like we have a little bit of an invade. A late one. A bit of a
Trying to
scuffle.
go.
Curse of Dragons is
Yeah.
walking up trying to hit the hook on this guy, but Shiny Trico is actually caught out on the other side, and he's going to take a decent bit of poke level 1. He has to burn a potion, actually. That's...
So you essentially trade, a lot of you get a good trade in the mid lane for delaying your Graves' jungle start. Not necessarily the worst, but
Yeah, I don't think that's bad at all. I mean, like,
Karthus will be
does it
early
really
to the
even
scuttle.
matter if Graves is clears like 5 seconds slower against a Karthus? You're
Dude,
starting bot
well,
side,
okay.
you're
So,
walking top, and it's an Ornn. Are you really
but the
ganking
thing
Ornn?
is, so Karthus does this thing right now where he has such a fast clear speed that he can do all of his camps and then invade your blue buff before you're even finished with it. So we'll see if Enrique goes for an invade after his full clear.
Well, I've been told from my Graves jungle friend that you actually can never invade Graves. It's not, it's like illegal, so.
Well, he stacks armor on the E, but a magic damage champ like Karthus
Oh, he's
can try to do
auto-attacking
it.
too.
Hmm.
A good Karthus player is leaving in some autos.
Yeah, see, I mean, look at how ahead this Karthus is. Another great trade coming out in the mid lane. This Victor,
Well, it looks like Ulysses
pretty
heard you,
happy.
because he just went straight to his blue buff. He didn't even do wolves. I don't think he's
Yeah.
trying to like angle for a gank or anything. I think he just actually has played against that before.
Oh yeah. Yep. See,
I
look
think
at
we're
that.
just, yeah.
Now the thing is, if you get an extended fight here, the Victor should have first move. Cho'Gath is completely out of mana.
Oh, it looks like so Graves actually did lose the Smite battle, I think. No, he won it. He won it. Oh, he's dodging. He's dodging. Ulysses is able to
Oh,
dodge his way around, dude. He's dancing.
good start for the Graves then.
Karthus dies and
Coming out
immediately
with
buys a
first
Dark
blood.
Seal. He learned something from my solo queue games, I believe, dude. All my mage mid laners, bro. They die one time, they buy Dark Seal. On Karthus, it's alright though, I suppose, but
Now Zed forced to burn the TP. Victor burned his ghost while we weren't looking. It'll be interesting to see if the poor trades keep happening in the mid lane. Victor can extend his lead or not.
I mean, Zed's trying his best to trade, but
Oh, the Thresh Roam here.
the Curse of Dragons Classic
Victor does have flash.
directed
Does
camera is
burn it.
trolling me, but Victor just flashed out, by the way. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Graves pulls off a successful gank against Ornn.
It's not a wave you want to miss
Not
either.
something. Yeah, I mean that's not something you see every day.
Now the Zed being more oppressive in the lane following
Yeah,
the reset.
once you go below half health, it starts getting really scary against him. I mean, Victor did burn both his potions, but even then, I don't know if it gets him above half health.
I mean, the second the Zed hits 6, he might have an angle. Even just hitting the wave. Graves ping on the way to go in the bot lane. See if Morgana can fish for a binding or not. It's difficult unless that happens, is the thing.
Yeah.
Graves is going to go back to farming his camps. And we'll also have to see, it looks like Thresh is trying to reset so that he can head up towards the top side and help his Karthus for grubs. So we might see a decent fight
Oh, he just barely
over
misses
there.
the boat on that ward to stop the recall. But yeah, it's looking like David is just gonna run straight to top side.
Gonna trade grubs for Drake.
I don't know if
That's
he's
fine.
even like he's not even really needed up there.
No, I think he should just walk back bot.
Yeah.
But maybe they don't know. I mean, they can infer that they're doing the Drake. A
Little bit of
rough
a trust
trade
hold
for
from
the
mid lane.
victor here. Has to flash.
I don't think that is how that was supposed to be going for Zed.
No, he stood in the
It's a good play. I
graviton
mean, it's a
field a
good
bit
play
too
by
long.
Victor though to
Oh yeah.
just throw down his W and get like a. I mean, I think he still loses the trade, but oh, there's a actual Curse of Dragons repeat gang.
No way.
Victor just stuns everybody. Oh, an actual he escapes. What
Wow.
a move! All right, yeah, I think they need a nerf Victor W.
Oh,
Oh,
oh.
Karthus ult coming in on
Arthur's ult.
Victor, and he grabs the kill. I think that was probably the plan all along was to leave him on low HP so the Karthus could ult him.
Get those
Trying to
Dark Seal
funnel.
stacks up.
I think the plan is to funnel kills into Karthus, gets those dark steel stacks up.
Shogoth is doing some damage here.
I mean, it's Shogath versus Ornn.
Ulysses should be relatively close to finishing up the Yomus. Meanwhile, Karthus going to be late on his item, went for the boots and the Dark Seal.
Yeah, I think
So
after he gets
at the time
Raptors, he'll
of
have it.
yeah, so second grub spawn, we may have a situation where Graves is sitting on his or has his item, meanwhile Karthus doesn't. Oh, not enough mana for the Cho'Gath ult, so close. It is just a Zed,
Zed loses
unfortunately.
half his HP for walking into a bush. Not even walking all the way into it. Just thinking about walking into it. It looks like the American bot lane is left alone, 1v2 or 2v1 rather. And I think David is just gonna. I think he's just perma roaming at this point. Scoop is going to permanently be on an island, I fear.
I mean, even if you roam
I mean,
like
he runs
this, Zed is
straight into
so
Victor
low.
again. Shiny Trico is able to dodge the Victor ult, but I mean the Graves ult, but it's a little bit futile. Yeah, I mean the roams have been good, and he hits the hook. It's just like
Zed was already
I
so
mean,
low, it's
he was
difficult.
low that time, and the last two times it was like the first one was good enough to chip him down and get his flash, and the second one was good enough to get a Krusty Krab, layup. But that one was a bit ill-advised, I fear.
The next grub spawning in about a minute and a half. Should see some attempt at a contest. The Karthus is here. This is not a position you want to be in if you're the
Oh yeah,
Cho'Gath.
Cho'Gath is just is top lane just the like a seventh jungle camp? Because we just see him.
Whoa!
Oh, an engagement, Curse of Dragons. huge MF ult, and it baits out the scoop barrier.
Yeah,
But
Kai'Sa
it
barrier,
does come
Thresh
at the,
flash.
it comes at the cost of both of their flashes. So, and Thresh has Hex Flash. If
Safely
I
get
if
the
I
reset
if
off.
I
Maybe
know
they're fine.
David, all right, he's gonna be fishing for a Hex Flash play.
The Ornn is scared.
I probably would be too, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Zed
Yeah,
is
you
trying
can't
for
really.
that, but
You do have the
he does
Karthus
know
here.
Enrique is around, so it looks like Zed is able to escape, and now he's just leaving Krusty Krab to finish the job, which he does, but Graves is here to try to give a rebuttal. Big
Graves has
Q
the
hit.
ult. 2 kills here, maybe?
If he's able to hit the collateral.
Oh!
Oh!
Why you
Oh,
went
wait,
back
Yusuf
in?
went back in, but he's able to actually tick down the Graves a little bit more, and a shutdown goes to Enrique. So now Enrique's Karthus has the same number of kills that the Love You Graves does.
And that was actually 360 gold shutdown. I mean,
Yeah,
it's actually it's a gold positive play. I know the
I mean,
Karthus
well, the
also had a
Karthus had
shutdown.
one, yeah. So it's still
Yeah.
gold positive, but it's not that gold positive.
Why do they even show top
And
lane,
also
dude?
the unsaid thing is that Victor gets like 20 stacks of his passive just for being like having those assists. So I'm pretty sure he got an assist for one of them. So he's a fifth of the way to getting another upgrade. And especially Victor's E upgrade is really impactful. I'm pretty sure he already has the E upgrade. There's a
Why
bit
is
of a
it showing
fight
me
going
top
down,
lane?
but
I want to
yeah,
see. Yeah.
directed camera is just showing me a tank fight top.
Is it 3v4 here? Kai'Sa hasn't been able to move.
Director camera's back to the top lane. Wait, Biddles is actually going pretty low HP. Shogath might be able to hit a flash ult. But we do have a big fight about to break out on the dragon.
It's just
Right
gonna
now
be
it's
a
just
flip.
posturing, but I think it's just gonna go down to the coin flip, and Graves is pretty hard to beat in that respect. Big MF ult comes out to kill the Zed, and I think they're just going. Oh no, Victor wants more. He's going in on the Karthus. He misses the victory, so Karthus is able to get away, but they trade out Thresh. Thresh dies for Krusty Krab since.
Just gonna ult
Graves
him.
ult taking Krusty Krab down to 1 HP, and let's see if Sir Porpoise can finish it off. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, a 1v1's breaking
If he
out,
hits 1Q, he can just ult. Ah,
and he
rough.
can't. While all that's happening, I guess Ornn has reset and TP'd top lane, so they're back to full health. Not that it matters, because let's be honest, nobody's killing anyone up here, bro.
No.
I think Cho'Gath had a little bit of a window to do it while that dragon fight was happening, but even if he
There
does
may,
like flash under and Cho'Gath will Ornn just revives and goes back top.
there
Graves
might
is
not be
kind of
another
getting
one
his
for the
ass
rest of
beat
the
by
game.
these grubs.
Oh, they'll be fine getting him.
I'm sure they
Gonna
will,
be
but
6 grubs
it
going
is a
over.
little bit scary to have the directed camera show topside and Graves is just on like 40%, 30% HP taking grubs. Ornn
Hey,
is scouting, lines up the ultimate and knocks it in
oh,
and hits one person. So it looks like Morgana is probably going to get killed here. They trade Ornn for Morgana. Zed wants
that
more
going
though.
in.
He ults the Cho'Gath and then does roughly 0 damage to him. But
Now
it's
they
looking
have
like
the
Victor
Karthus
goes
ult
down.
here.
If Karthus can hit the ult, he's trying to fish for that Cho'Gath ult too. And Curse of Dragon says, no, we're going in now.
Holy
A
shit.
huge choke. Now the question is I'm pretty sure that the Karthus ult kills them both.
Nope.
Kills neither of them? Oh my
That's
lord.
rough.
That's like a what? Like a 2,000 gold swing probably?
Yeah, dude. Karthus just has, or the Shogun has the MR to survive, and Victor is able to get a shield off of the wave with his Q.
Wow.
That's rough.
I think if they had just backed off after that first engagement and said, look, I'll just carve this ult and we'll call it a day, they probably kill the Victor, because I don't know if he was able to get to like a minion to Q. But between the natural regen of both of them and probably like some triumph stack or some shit like that, uh, they're both able to survive. And also, most importantly, Krusty Krab loses his Dark Seal stacks, which is I've been told from many a mage, a mage assassin player, AP, Dark Seal addict, that that's a sign of deep disrespect. It's like a shame. It's almost a
Rough.
shameful type thing. I would not be
Not
surprised if we see Enrique commit seppuku in the jungle. Curse of Dragons hits a Q and goes in,
oh
but I mean, what's the version of Lee Syndrome for Thresh? Is there one?
yeah. Who knows?
The Curse
The
of
Graves
Dragons?
should be sitting on Collector here. This guy is going to be a problem. I don't think they're going to have the damage to finish this guy off.
I think they do. Like Karthus
Unless they can
W.
survive?
I mean,
No.
never mind. No, actually they don't. Oh my lord. Karthus W like slows for so much. I was assuming that he would be slowed like that for the next like century, but
I mean, look at
it
these
does wear
chokeouts
off a little
items.
bit.
He just has too much MR.
Dude, one Victor E is able to
Zed
deal
going
that much
for it.
damage. Victor E misses, so
Holy
Zed is able to
shit.
get out, but Mr. Beebo says no! That guy's dead.
The Graves just blows up the fucking Karthus,
Yeah.
giving him no chance.
I mean, a good Hex Flash from Curse of Dragons to survive there. Okay,
Holy
well, maybe not
shit!
survive, but to try to survive. He baited out oh my lord.
This Graves is
Alright.
really strong.
I think maybe it was the player.
He got a crit onto the Thresh, deleting half of his health in one
Yeah,
auto.
that guy loaded up the cannon, bro. He's got the dematerializing rifle in his hands. Biddles is Lorne ulting.
I don't think she has enough gas in
She
the tank to
flashes
get
in
this
for
one.
the
That's
brittle
crazy.
proc?
A little optimistic on the Ornn, but sometimes you got to keep them on their
Can
toes
we
a
check
bit,
the
you know?
Biddles Venmo history, man? There might be some illegal transactions in there.
Well, she's off
And,
world, dude. Biddles is a jungler, okay?
That's true, actually. She should. Enrique is taking her spot, so yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, but
You're the Blackrock
yeah,
Battle Bunnies. You need this Drake here. Buys you a bit more time to scale, denying the soul point. Ocean Soul, also a relatively valuable soul.
I mean, I guess at the end of the day, Ornn sacrificed for the dragon. They're correlated,
Valiantly,
so at
if I
that,
may add.
if you consider it that way, pretty big selfless play from Ornn there. A real team player. I don't know for which
Graves
team,
is
but for one of them.
Graves is sitting on 2,000 gold. This guy is about to be. Oh no! Oh no!
Uh-oh. He actually
Has the
predicted it.
awareness.
Holy! This guy
That's
has a crystal ball. What?
that's what makes
Why
you
would
how
you
you
ever
are, dude.
predict that?
Big MFR.
Massive MF. I mean,
Kaisa forced the flash away from the Morgana ultimate. Meanwhile, Victor ghosting, chasing down Shiny Trico. This should be a kill.
yeah,
He just
that's
stands no chance.
yeah. It seems like Victor is just gonna be able to stat check him for the rest of the game. I'm not sure if Zed ever really catches up to the point where he can actually kill that Victor.
Disney princesses are just running away with this one. Up 6, almost 7k gold at 18 minutes. That is a difficult lead to come back from.
I mean, Victor's even able to just like straight up throw hands with the. Oh my! He flashes on.
Holy.
It's a flash for flash. But I mean, the Dark Seal stacks really say it all. Now Zed is actually TPing in. He's locked and loaded, and he is immediately running away from this Graves, who does 500
Has the
damage. He has
flash
to
from
flash
Morgana
out it,
binding.
and he can't even click on the Thresh Lantern. That's a bit rough.
Whole bot lane situation is not going their way, and now you're potentially losing your tier 2.
Oh, but it looks like Kaisa and Ornn are teaming up. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Shiny Trico gets dove. Thresh hits a hook to save him, but the Zed just goes back in. Big Karthus coming down to see if he can. He doesn't kill anybody.
That's rough.
Yeah, I mean it's always pretty rough when you burn a Karthus ult and nobody dies, but I was expecting it to be a little bit closer. Voracious Autocon has appeared. That is the overpowered one, by the way.
Yeah. That does not help when
Krusty
you're
Krab is gonna
in a
go for his
losing game
blue buff
state.
here, but Mr. Bebone and Love You team up to give him the blue buff anyway, I suppose. But
They don't want to risk the Graves bounty, which I think is valid. You don't know if he's got back up there or not.
yeah, that's probably true.
By the way, Graves is sitting on 3k gold.
Good lord. Yeah, we can do a quick gold update. So Cho'Gath is up 1k in the top lane. Graves is up about 1.5 in the jungle. We have a 2,000 gold gap in the mid lane, 1,000 at ADC, and about 700. And interestingly, every single player on the blue side is up on the red side across the board, which is a little bit of a grim sight if you are a Krusty Krab enjoyer.
Graves coming out of base into his top side. Disney Princess is potentially going to try to make a play for this Otacon. You don't have Drake spawning for another minute and a half. You have a pretty decent window here.
Oh, so Victor actually upgraded to the Magi's. He's gone all in, so something to watch. Pulse
Piddles is
goes
so
in.
dead.
And she ults in the opposite
Decent
direction.
misfortune ult.
Yeah, I mean Kaisa I think is just dead here as well. Oh, she might actually just barely get away. She can
Nah,
E
this
out.
victory.
No, she E's out. She's good.
Nope.
Meanwhile, no, she's not. She dies. He's put in the dirt. And there's a little bit of a scuffle down here. You know, Thresh gives Krusty Krab the out, but he says, "No, I'm just gonna chill in my bush."
Graves just cue a dead body. They are pinging the Otacon. Looks like they're gonna pick it up here. Meanwhile, Cho'Gath splitting in the bot lane.
He's just red in the Rift Herald. Thresh hits a hook on his Cho'Gath, but I mean, who is even damaging this guy? The answer is
It's gonna
Krusty
take
Krab,
10
but
years.
it's like a season of Attack on Titan, bro. What the hell? This guy, and then he
The
doesn't
Otacon
even
comes
die. The
in!
Otacon saves him. Bebo hits him with a LOL in all chat.
That's rough.
Cho'Gath hits him with an LMFAO, or just an LMAO. He's not effing. Let's see if Graves chimes in. That will be the real team building activity. That is something that we've seen from both Bebone and Ulysses is some alt-adding, so maybe they can bond over that. But I guess not this time.
Disney Princesses can just start up the Drake here. They are ahead enough that they don't really have to be too worried if, vultures are hovering around it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't ever step up to that.
And that puts them on sole point.
So the question I'm asking myself is, how do the Blackrock Battle Bunnies get back into this one?
I mean, you gotta get some shutdowns onto the Karthus, right?
Which is
If you
pretty
can get
hard
him
to
to the
do,
point where,
considering
yeah.
they can't get him for another minute and a half, right?
I mean, notably, right now, both Graves and Karthus are sitting at 3 items. He's not that much stronger. It's just the entire team.
Yeah, I mean there's a huge XP gap too. I mean, MF is level 13, so he's up a level. You know, the supports are
Victor's up
even.
too.
Biddle's
And
just
the
gets
Graves
just kind of
just
runs
gets
into the
blown
jungle.
up.
Even if you are an Ornn, finds out that like a 10k gold deficit does not really save you. Curse the Dragon hits a hook onto Graves, and they're almost able to pick him off, but
A Great Morgana binding lets them
alas
pick
does
up the
not.
Kaisa.
The question is, how much longer does this? Oh yeah, they can't wait it out.
Oh,
And Karthus goes
that's a
down.
rough flash.
He's
I
gonna
think the
try to
Graves
ult.
still has Maw. Graves
Graves
does
gets
get
sent back
his
to spawn,
Otacon
and they get the
triggered.
Victor too. So there may be a small window here. Zed
Oh,
goes
but the
in, but
Qs go
all the
wide.
Qs go wide. Bebo dodges them, and Zed goes down to the Cho'Gath. So Sir Porpoise stepping up, trying to hit some bindings. Ornn is back from the base, and Cho'Gath gets pulled in, but
I think you
I
should
mean,
just focus the
who's?
wave. You're never killing that guy.
I mean, you might after 10,000 years. No, I'm not sure even then. Ornn says we're in though. I mean, the Kaisa actually can deal some damage to
The
him.
Kaisa can do it.
She's got Kraken Slayer Rage Blade.
And it goes
Cho'Gath
over to the
goes down.
Ornn.
Yeah, it's a bit rough.
Victor ghosting. They are running this down. Can the Kaisa make it out? Flashes into the lantern and is able to escape. Ornn
Fiddles is
will
just
once
left on an
again go
island again.
down.
That's a 25 stack Magi's.
Disney Princess is
So now
pinning the
after,
Baron.
after all of that, I'm still asking myself, how do you get back in this game? And I don't really have an answer.
Haven't found the answer, yeah.
Yeah, this is a pretty brutal. I mean, even if you do somehow beat them and like two team fights back to back, they have the autocon buff, so unless you're not dying a single time.
They do at least get an objective bounty on the mid tower. Karthus is going to get to pick up the scuttle, most likely.
More importantly, Graves gets his raptors. And I know that makes a jungler very, very angry when their raps get taken.
When Graves is ahead, I mean, he is just like a great champion for invades, so it's difficult to secure all your camps. He ignores the ward. Oh, the Victor is sitting, by the way, has the fully
He just
stacked
has
Magi's.
LDR. Oh yeah, Victor is fully stacked Magi's. Graves has an LDR now. How many shots do you think it takes for Graves to kill Ornn?
Not that, I mean, it should be
I
pretty
think he
quick, to be
does it
honest.
in
You get
like
him
two
against the wall.
reboots.
Enrique going to
Enrique
take down the
sidesteps
Misfortune.
the
That's a
MF.
great pick to find.
That is a 500 gold
Lantern to
shutdown going
safety.
him, so maybe there is a... Shiny Trico stays behind, he says, let's tussle. And deals like 70%. Oh my god,
Oh,
alright, yeah.
yeah. Morgana, does she have the black shield? Does not.
Oh,
Does go
so Sir
down.
Porpoise goes down too. Krusty Krab killing his buddy. Zed calling out the Graves flash. Let's see if that comes into play.
Ornn likely just going to go down again.
Yeah, I mean, what? Yeah, once, yeah, they,
Yeah, this is
yeah, there was a little bit of a faint glimmer of hope, but it finds out that the light at the end of the tunnel is actually just a train, just barreling towards them. I mean, Enrique, the Karthus Qs are doing a lot, but
it's not enough.
they're doing a
Game
lot, yeah.
one, going to go over to the Disney Princesses.
And an impressive showing. I guess Graves
No,
is maybe not terrible.
maybe not, dude.
Well, I'm not gonna walk it back quite yet. We could just be looking at
An
a
outlier.
transcendental, yeah, talent in the jungle. Which, Ulysses is a good player. He could be making it work. Let me check out these post-game stats. It looks like the highest damage goes to Karthus.
I mean, that champ, it's difficult to not
Probably,
pop the damage boards on
probably
there.
because Graves just like kills them. There's not a lot of chance to regenerate your health
Yeah.
when you are dead, right? Like, yeah, I mean, Krusty Krab is trying his best and doing all he can, but is not able to quite finish it up. Can't carry quite as hard as the Graves.
I wonder how they're going to adapt their draft. I think it's difficult to put your best player on a scaling jungler like Karthus when, you already have the Graves and your other lanes getting solo killed.
I think I've
You need a bit
identified
more
the issue.
early agency.
I've identified the issue. Is that if you look at these summoner spells, it looks like the Blackrock Battle Bunnies have only taken 3 exhausts, and the Disney Princesses actually took 5. They were able to add up they're taking double exhaust on Morgana Cho'Gath, which is an interesting strategy. I don't know if you can see.
Exhaust?
Yeah, if you my post game lobby shows them as taking double exhaust. Like
It doesn't.
like
It's just
like
bugged.
yeah, like Flash and whatever the other one was, they're both exhaust. Cho'Gath has two exhaust
Wait,
summoner
let me
spells.
see. Let me see.
Yeah, pull up the stream. It is literally two exhaust summoner spells.
Some new tech, dude.
That's something that they only do in Korea, man. That's a secret Korea tech I hear.
Yeah,
I mean,
what the fuck?
Kaisa didn't even bring anything. Kaisa
What
brought
is
one
that?
exhaust. These guys are bringing two. How do you win if you scoop, man? This is impossible.
Yeah, what the
I mean,
fuck?
fucking Victor's bringing things that we don't even know what this is.
It's unreleased,
He's
dude.
got some hidden summoner spell tech.
What the fuck is that? They ain't dropped that one yet.
Yeah, season 16 leak right here. But an overall pretty big win for. I mean, okay, I don't even know why I clicked this view advanced details button. If they're telling me that there's two
I
exhausts
was
on one team,
optimistic. Yeah,
the
dude.
view advanced details probably ain't working out. Yeah,
Uh,
but I mean overall, pretty big win from Mr. Beemon's team. I shouldn't call it Mr. Beemon's team because he's not the captain. From Ethan's team, from Balance
they're
Spirit,
not out of
and
the
I would
series yet.
say Graves did carry that game, but Victor was like a huge force and he uh, absorbed a lot of pressure in the mid lane. Like watching David just run mid on repeat and gank this guy, I could feel him getting angry.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, the Victor had a greater gold lead on than what was going on in the jungle. He really did a number on the Zed pick.
we'll see. I mean, who knows, man? The McDonald's theory is looking pretty good so far. Probably ought to get Rags in here, the actual expert of McDonald's, to see if that maybe has some accuracy to it. Entire team outside Krusty Krab is 1-19. Says Woberg 313, and then he counted down every time somebody died.
Pocket watching him, dude.
He said entire team outside Krusty Krab is 1-19, 1-21, 1-22, 2-22,
And then
2-23,
and
and then
then
said sorry, this is Flame. I'm stopping.
self-aware at least. Krusty Krab
Criminal, which is
fighting.
worse, that or Luca to LA? Luca to LA is a pretty big joke. Let me get my compadre balling kitten 43 in here.
Thank you, kind sir.
Krusty Krab fighting? Yeah,
I think they
who
can
knows
bring
what's
it
going
back,
on
dude.
in either of these teams' comms right now.
I will say, in the first place, I'm surprised that they gave over the Graves, since that's just one of Ulysses' classics. You ban the Graves, you ban the Kha'Zix, you pay the tax. But this time they went for a Viego ban instead,
Well, if we're looking
and I
back at
think they're
this,
regretting
if
it.
we're looking back at the draft, like they banned out instead of banning out the Graves, they banned out the Vladimir, which is probably a pretty good ban actually. I mean, the Victor did put in a lot of work though. I don't know. I mean, Viego is just kind of broken right now. I think. In Kha'Zix, you do have to you got to pay the Kha'Zix tax, and they gave him Graves, but I don't know if you ban Graves like he just picks like Kane or he picks whatever other champion, right? Like Ulysses has a pretty deep champion pool, and I don't know if you are really spending a ton of bans on him. I don't know how much that's doing for you.
We'll see. I mean, he is subject to the Fearless, and won't be able to drop the Graves pick again.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we are making the lobby and then not inviting the entire other team.
Why did they even need to be there?
say probably to play League of Legends.
You're crazy.
Yeah, maybe I'm.
Why would you think that?
My bad. I'll go back into the back into my little cell, my padded cell. Which side do you want? Red. So they take red side. They're swapping it up from before.
They were red side last game.
Oh, they were actually so.
They say the side select was not the problem. So I'm hoping to see some draft
If you're
adaptation
Krusty
there.
Krab's team, oh he updated his programming. It looks like Enrique has found out that
Send it before.
you can send the link with like the label beforehand, so that nobody accidentally clicks on the wrong link. That's some character growth. Even if his team goes 0-2, we know at least one person improved today. And at the end of the day, I think that's the important thing, is that you're improving as a player. No? Do you disagree or?
Huh? Sorry, I was zoning out for a moment.
Oh yeah. Just saying, as long as you're improving as a player, that's the important part. And I think
That's what, and having a good time with your friends.
No, it's just improvement. Nobody's playing League of Legends to have a good time. Let's be honest.
Okay, and we're just waiting on draft to start. And we start! It'll be interesting to see if the bands get switched up at all.
Yeah, I mean, so if you're Enrique's team, what are you looking at to change in the draft here to try to address some of these issues?
Disney Princesses still banning the Blitzcrank, putting some respect on David's name.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm assuming this should be a Kha'Zix ban. I don't think you want him on Kha'Zix.
yeah, I mean, I think you ban Kha'Zix Viego still.
Yeah, I agree.
Ethan's team bans out Lee Sin, so they're actually scared of the Krusty Krab Lee Sin, which
It's the same
if
as
you're
last
trying to
lobby.
take away some juice.
And banning Yusuf's Katarina. They're saying maybe this guy is just a one trick and getting him off of the comfort. It worked last game, so maybe they're hoping for a repeat of that.
So yeah, we just have the same standard 3 bans. Now, if you will recall, Fearless does take out a couple champions for each team. Enrique's team cannot pick Zed or the Karthus again. I think that's it. Or the Ornn, actually. Emily's Platinum. And Ethan's team will immediately lock the Hecarim for Ulysses, which is half for Ulysses. I'm not sure I've ever really seen him play Hecarim before. But I think to take it away from Enrique, who does play. Krusty Krab is a Hecarim abuser, allegedly.
And I think it's cool that they're just
Could be to take
blue
it off
side
of.
first picking jungle both
Could-
games. They
you know-
say, I don't care what you pick into me, I can handle it.
Could be taking it away from the Biddles too. That was one of the champions. I mean, they didn't. It's not her J4, but
Well, dude, when they locked the Zed, I was half expecting it to go over to Biddles, be in the jungle.
yeah, I mean, I was.
Zillion Maokai.
So they pick, I believe, Maokai probably for Biddles in the top lane.
Be
and
my
they,
belief.
They lock in Curse of Dragon Zillion now. I was sort of expecting.
Gives you
the
a way
Zillion
to
pick.
gives you a way to slow down the Hecarim at least.
Yeah, true.
Is he able to lock Cho'Gath again? I guess so.
Let me refer to the Google sheet. I mean,
Yeah, he can. He's sober.
I assume he can. Yeah.
Comfortable with it? Oh, is it the Ulysses Kale?
It might be the Ulysses Kale.
No.
That would have been sick though.
Do you think it's gonna be surfing mid or bot? I feel like bot is much more prevalent.
Not the same player. You're correct, but he's basically the same player. His Graves is good, but he has several other champions that are all really, really high quality.
I'm sure he'll be fine.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, God,
He's not worried about being off of it.
I think if I had like 3 or 4 months to train a toddler how to play League, I could probably get him to hit like gold on Hecarim probably. And if a toddler can do it, hitting gold, Ulysses probably is able to win an OLS game.
You just power farm and then you run through the team.
So they unlock Hwei in the bot lane. I assume it's a bot lane pick. I don't know if I've ever seen Yusuf play Hwei. I mean, I guess I haven't played with Yusuf probably since Hwei came out. So maybe he does play Hwei. Seems like the type
Hopefully
of
we can see a
champion
better
that
performance.
seems like the type of champion that he would hate though. So
Well, they're banning out his Kata. Can't play the Victor anymore. It'll be interesting to see whether
they
they,
banned the
judge that Dr.
J4.
Seraphine mid.
They banned out the Biddles J4. Oh no. The
They do think that it's
Biddles
Seraphine bot lane, as they're
Biddles
still
champion
banning mid
pool.
laners.
Biddles champion pool is getting pinched, and they banned the Cossacks already.
What could they possibly play?
I don't know.
Shit.
What does Biddles champion pool in the
Outdrafted
jungle
left
look
and
like
right.
anymore? I'm gonna need to do a quick scouting update.
They do not want to play against Seraphine Sona, and I think that's valid. Because holy fuck is that annoying.
Yeah, I don't know if I could handle doing that.
Final ban. Maybe they're just going to send another one into the jungle. Yep, banning the Wukong. Very strong pick right now. Makes sense. So this should be the jungle pick theoretically, and you can save your counter pick, I guess, for AD carry. Unless you're judging that it's way bot lane.
Oh no, they actually I had to check it. I had to do a quick update. They did ban out. They pinched the Biddles jungle pool.
Shit.
Uh, her junglers
Are they gonna pick?
were
Kane,
dead.
Enrique Kane.
The Enrique Kane. We'll see how that works.
I kind
I
of
mean,
favor Hecarim here pretty significantly. But I mean,
If you can't carry in the
I'm curious if
jungle,
he's gonna go. If he might go blue Kane is the thing.
I mean, you go blue Kane if they pick another shielder here, right? I mean, then you can actually build something that's not troll.
Seraphine Vex. Not gonna be bad. If you get one more ranged champion, then blue Kane can be actually quite viable here.
Bragg says surely it won't be a 10-0 week. I believe.
No, we'll get a 3-game series.
Yeah, this is it. I think that my prediction for this game is Mr. B-Bone gets sent to a penalty box for 5 minutes for fighting on the ice. And they have to play 4v5. They have to play on the power play for 5 minutes, and that's able to get them a win.
Seraphine Senna.
Yeah, Seraphine Senna, I hate that. It's a strong bot lane, but I hate
See
to
what
see
they
it,
pick
you know?
to round out their draft.
I'm sure Rex feels the same way. Actually, no, he probably doesn't. He loves cheese.
It is Hwei bot lane, and you
So
get the
they're-
Kassadin. I don't think of Kassadin as a great champion right now.
No, Yusuf plays Cassin, then this guy is...
Is he good at it?
Yeah, he's pretty good at it.
Okay, well then,
And it is a hard
maybe.
carry. I think that you need, like, after you get beaten like that, and you gotta put some juice in, you know?
Yeah,
And Cassidon is some juice. Cassidon Kane, that's some juicy champs. Now,
dude, if I get a
they
Yusuf
are-
1v9, I'm here for it. Okay, like I'd
Also-
love to see him pop off.
if you're playing against a Cassidon and they also have a Zillion, I don't know in what world you ever get away from that guy. I don't think it's possible.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Seraphine Senna, Vex as well, to be honest, you got to be a little bit nervous. I mean, Kassadin's decent. They are three people who are, heavy magic damage. Maybe you're not too worried about the AD damage coming out from the Senna. Not
Yeah,
gonna
I mean,
help
if
you
it's
too
a
much
Senna
against the
support,
Hecarim, though.
If it's Senna support and they play it like the actual heal build and not the terrible Black Cleaver build, you don't really have that much AD. I mean, maybe they do actually just build Senna like they used to,
Mm-hmm.
and not like the actual shielding.
I haven't seen Enchanter Senna in solo queue in like a year, dude. Nobody builds it.
I see it every once in a while. I see it more often than like the Black Cleaver build. But I don't see Senna very often at all. Is the thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the keys to the game, I'd say. Key number one, you got to get Enrique ahead. If you're Krusty Krab, right? If Krusty Krab's seen keys to mount a comeback and make it a 1-1 game. Important to one, get Enrique ahead. This guy, I mean, he's playing Kane, so you already have to be ahead, but he needs to be like Blue Kane one tapping people, or
You
he
can't
needs to be,
outpace the Hecarim
yeah,
if both junglers are just perma clearing,
yeah, like
unfortunately.
you gotta manufacture something. Two, I'd say Cassidy doesn't have to be ahead, but you can't go like 0-6 again. You gotta, if you're Yusuf, you gotta give some help to Enrique, I think.
For sure, for
Um,
sure. Because the Vex is going to be joining these fights, you best believe,
yeah, and
with
then
the ultimate.
I'd say the third key to the game is like Maokai has gotta stay alive. Like that,
They had a rough time playing against the Cho'Gath
like the.
in the previous game, so let's see if, we get a repeat of that or.
I think like I don't know. I don't know if that just needs a talking to. It's like, look, we just gotta relax a little bit. Maybe it's nerves from the first OLS game of the season. But the 1v9 engages they were pretty detrimental at times. Except for the one to get the
Yeah.
dragon. The one to get the dragon was good.
I mean, I think the thing is, I do think it's pretty difficult for the Kane to play here because it would, it'd really help if you have a winning lane, right? Or at least like a positive matchup. But your Kassadin's going to be relatively weak early. Your bot lane is, Seraphine Senna, and you have Hui Zillion. Like, yeah, I think anything's going to happen there ever. And the top lane, it seems like there might be a little difference in player caliber. So it's going to be difficult for Enrique when you don't have a lane to play for, but you still need to initiate these fights and try to get your form at a reasonable time.
Yeah, I think it is just gonna look like he runs top and hits Cho'Gath a couple times, and then he gets his form. I don't think there's gonna be anything more. Like maybe mid lane. I think once Kassadin hits level 6, he's actually not that weak. Like
Oh yeah,
he's
he
not
becomes a
strong enough
champion
to
at level
like just
6.
just throw hands, right? But if you're Kane, you run mid, you fight into the Vex. Kassadin can help you and actually can burst people down. Now before that, he's like he might as well be a
Completely
train dummy.
worthless, yeah.
But after he hits 6, like he can start to contribute and fight a bit. Um, I mean, on the other side, like that goes both ways as well. I mean, Hecarim is is gonna have some issues ganking any of these lanes as well. Like Hui can just like he could just use any of his Batman utility belt gadgets to stun you or send you away. I mean, Kassadin, once you
Now
hit 6, you just teleport, like you flash 8 times in a row, and you use like half your mana to do it. Zillion
we
just
have.
like you run away,
Mhm.
like there's so many ways to get out.
Oh yeah. Now we have 40 seconds left in the spectator delay. One thing I'd also want to draw attention to is the Disney princesses have an extremely CC heavy level 1. You can look for an engage with your Vex Sphere. If Seraphine feels like starting E, you have Cho'Gath Rupture. That's a pretty lethal combo. So they might actually opt to, play into the jungle this time, whereas last game I believe they went into the top side. So we could get some action level 1.
It would appear the only action I'm getting is a black screen.
My spec client is not working properly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not responding.
They butchered Senna, had a cool champion, and now they don't. Disagree. That champion should have been good. It
It
shouldn't
was
even be
never
made.
cool.
Everyone who is not Senna hated playing with it. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I wish they removed her.
Yeah. Okay, I have a
That's coming.
proper. I can see everything in my spec client now. Is it good for you?
I'm on the loading screen, 0%.
Yep. Okay, so we're in the same.
Oh, I'm in.
Okay, started. Yep.
We're probably in sync.
Synced up, I think. Yeah.
Wait to cleanse. That's an interesting decision. I don't know if it's good, but it's interesting.
I mean, if you're worried about the Seraphine ults, there's some justification. I think the value you'd get out of TP is just much better though.
I mean, or even
Blue
taking
team,
like Ignite or something, man. Like, yeah, it looks like
Disney Princess is kind of posturing for a 5-point. Meanwhile, we have a 5-man stack. Doesn't look like anything's going to be happening at the level 1.
looks like Kanye's just spamming his taunt.
He jorking that shit, bro.
He really do. He jorking his peener. And your prediction false. Boring level 1.
Yeah, I mean, there's potential for it, but
I mean, I sort of get it. If you just won game 1, you don't really want to coin flip game 2 on some
you've
goofy
already
ass
got the
invade.
momentum.
Yeah. And if you're red side, you're not doing anything, bro. Like you have a Cassidon.
Vex getting some good poke early.
I don't even know if I'd call it a good poke. It's an equal trade.
Actually, yeah, look at that.
Cassidon and Magic Shield up P.
Look at that. He might be just fine.
For now. We'll see if that keeps up. I don't know what Maokai versus Cho'Gath looks like.
Not very interesting, I imagine.
No, but there is an interesting wrinkle to the matchup, which is that Maokai took Aftershock instead of Grasp. So
I
I'm
would
pretty
have really
sure
liked to see
that
Grasp here.
I think if you're playing Maokai into a Cho'Gath, you gotta take Grasp, but maybe Aftershock will help in those like mid late game team fights, or I mean maybe even the smaller trades against Cho'Gath. Or like if you're getting Tower Dive, I guess maybe.
Hmm.
I should zoom in a little bit, bro. Oh, that's not a little bit. I mean,
Dude,
directed
this
camera is
Maokai's getting
just
chunked out.
directed camera is just showing us Maokai getting
That's
absolutely
rough.
robbed in the top lane.
The Seraphine is almost completely out of mana, and you have a Cannon Wave coming in. That's not a great position to be in.
It doesn't matter, bro. She built a D ring. She'll be topped off in like 2 seconds.
Oh,
Engage going on in the mid
get the
lane.
last auto, and that should be enough. First
So
blood
first blood
going
will
over to
go
the
on over to
Vex.
Vex.
Now, the Casson does have the TP, so at least he'll be able to not miss another wave, but that's
Yeah, I
rough.
mean, if you're playing Cassidon mid, I think it's probably expected that you would, if you're playing, especially into an Ignite, you take TP, they take Ignite, you're playing Cassidon, I think a death is probably acceptable. It's expected.
Yeah. You get like a 1 freebie.
Yeah, Mr. Beamon, it looks like he's just gonna stick around in lane and
Thug it out.
let D Ring like give him 100 trillion mana per second. First Dragon's hitting some double bombs, but I mean they do like 12 damage each, so. Shit's bad when the directed camera is just showing a bot like CSing under turret.
Yeah.
What the hell is
There's
this?
likely not much happening right now. Both junglers
Looks
just
like
full
the
clearing.
Hecarim
Hecarim
is
gets the
going in,
flank.
but I mean, oh,
You can run
big
this Zillion
wave.
exhaust. Wow.
So they go. I mean, nothing happens. I mean, okay, I shouldn't say nothing happened. Curse of Dragons did burn an exhaust, and Scoop burned a
And you're
flash.
way flashed, yeah.
So
Uh,
they
In
did a little
in
bit.
the case of a regank, that can matter. Kane taking this opportunity since Hecarim showed bot to invade the top side, getting at least a little bit of a farm lead.
I need to check and make sure. Okay, yeah. So he is maxing E. I saw like Q, like the Cassidon Q hit Vex and do like her health bar did not move at all.
Yeah,
You know,
that
I was
ability doesn't
concerned.
actually do damage.
I don't know. I guess you max E on Cassidin still, but I feel like if you're in lane against a Vex, you might want to max Q just to live.
More good trades coming out for the Cho'Gath. It hits level 6. Maokai
That guy's able to push him
close to
back
going
a
down
bit.
here. One
He
Q
has
is ult
flash
gonna
up,
take.
and Maokai just
Holy.
gets eaten.
At least you get the Hecarim Ghost. So Hecarim should just be able to start at the grubs. Meanwhile, Kane going to get spotted by a control ward in the bot side river. Maybe they can just trade a Drake. Be happy with that exchange. Not going to start it up. Cassidon finally hits level 6. Gets hit by the
Yeah,
ult.
big Vex ult
Drawn into
comes
the
in,
tower.
and
Goes down.
that will be the feat of warfare going over to the blue side. And Vex does burn Ignite there, and the Cassidon teleports not back up in time, so he's gonna lose a bit of CS. And
And
a small advantage going over to the blue side. It's a 1,500 gold advantage at 7 minutes. Also getting
now,
grubs. Now the dragon has not
because
been touched, but
it hasn't, Kane does get spotted by the control ward, so Hecarim is able to safely play into Kane's top side. Get most likely the Raptor and the Krugs. You also have Red Buff spawning in 25 seconds.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If not for those wards, I think that blue side might be questioning if a remake was coming out based on the Kane like not showing for 7 minutes straight.
This is what I was
It's
talking
not
about. It's
really
hard
what
for him to make the plays
it's
early.
not what
We
you want
might
to
have a
see.
skirmish in the jungle here. Directed Ken, thank you.
Yeah, they're just punching each other, doing a little more than punching.
Does dodge. Hecarim running out of mana here. Only has enough for 1 or 2 more Qs. Forced to flash away. Vex ultimate still on cooldown.
Maokai ultimate zoning.
I don't think Biddles
Maokai goes
can.
in onto Vex, but they might be able to pick off the Hecarim here.
Hecarim's just 1 HP, but they're not able to get
Cassidon
him.
has enough mana for maybe one ult. Maybe a little bit of a game war over the red buff.
The Vex 3-0 here with 4 Dark Seal stacks. Might be becoming a problem. Seraphine gonna come through. Quay saves the cleanse. Isn't worried. Knows he's okay.
Yeah, I don't think
Gonna
Hui
burn
ever
heal
can.
there.
Hui can't ever kill into 2 enchanters. Not alone. Chris Dragons, I mean, it looked like he was going to try to go in there, but directed camera said, actually, I want to show you Cho'Gath hitting Qs on Maokai under a turret. So, you know,
I
going
hope this
over
Cassidon can
going
make it
over
to late,
everything,
dude.
it looks like, yeah, Cassid is behind, but again, that's sort of expected, right? I will say he's probably a bit further behind than you would want, but I mean, it's a Cassidon, bro. And everywhere else, I mean, is looking relatively evenish.
Getting low.
Vexel goes wide. If
I mean,
Cassidon is
maybe you
able to
can
get
get your
enough
Kane
mana
over.
if Cassidon gets enough mana for one ult, I think he can like ult in, use his W to regen, and then kill.
Thing is, Senna
He doesn't
has
gotta back him
ultimate
up.
and is hovering mid lane. Both mid laners just going to opt to reset. I wonder how much Orm this Kane has. It can't be much.
Oh, but Maokai is setting up a gank here in the top lane. Maokai coming out, and Cho'Gath is just chomping. Oh, he gets knocked away before he can even get a chomp out.
Doesn't get the
So,
ult. Beatles, get out of there!
Biddles is a death
Beatles!
wish, but I think it
Holy.
was actually
Cho'Gath's
just
ult was on
DM.
cooldown. He
Okay,
ulted
never
the
mind. She
wave.
didn't have a death wish. Actually, she was tracking the cooldowns better than the casters were. So,
Holy.
a good
That's
setup from Biddles there to kind of feed
the
Enrique
Kane
Hill.
needed that.
Yeah.
Not able to get anything in an invade. Meanwhile, first straight going to go over to the Disney Princesses. I want to see this casted and ult in sometimes. Get some aggressive trades.
Dude, I don't think his team wants to see that right now, man. That Vex has got 3 kills. I think I'm pretty content to see him just kind of keep ulting to the side or ulting backwards to dodge Vex Qs and stay alive, really, you know. He's been keeping up in farm a decent bit ever since he went down a little bit early, but Scoop is coming up here to try to make something happen, but he's going to get ulted. He's able to
Ooh,
take B-Bone down pretty low. If he can hit a QW on a B-Bone,
the Hecarim
might
ult
be able
goes
to slice him
completely
out.
wide, but the Vex is here as well. Just no way he's living. Zillion ult does
There
get
is a way
procced.
he's living. It's called
Going to be
Bazillion.
okay. Yeah.
Meanwhile, on the top side, Biddle sets up another gank onto the Cho'Gath. Now, he
Cho'Gath
does
has an
have his ult
ult.
this time,
Enrique's.
though. Krusty Krab is running for his life. Saying, keep
This
that
is
dinosaur
close.
away from me, man. He says, Biddles, deal with that. And they're able to successfully
Ooh.
defuse the bomb that is Cho'Gath with 500 damage just sitting in his pocket. Again, another nice kill for the Canes, so puts him up
Now
to
the
2-0.
Kane should be close to ultimate. I mean, technically ahead of this Hecarim here.
The question is if you even want to go red form, because he's definitely gonna have red form. And Biddles is going to get ran up on by the or by the Hecarim, but
Should just be going down here.
She's sustaining
Well,
a scary amount.
nah.
Biddles goes down. In the mid lane, there's a tower dive. They trade each other. Mr. B-Bone goes down to Shiny Trico, and Cho'Gath comes back for revenge. He says, you got away from my ult last time. I'm running you down. And Krusty Krab dodges every Q, so that's not happening. But he does get a wave here and maybe a plate. Actually, no, Bills is just going to teleport in. He might still get the plate if he gets like a demolished proc off, though.
It'd be great if Kane has form here. And it looks like he
Kane got
does.
Eclipse. Yes, he's got red form. He's got an Eclipse.
He's strong right now.
I mean, he's full build. He got Eclipse.
What more do you need?
Yeah, actually broken item. Here's the Dragons runs mid, and the double bomb is slightly off, but we'll see if it makes
Not
it.
able to stun. Senna ult comes through.
So. Balanced Spirit, aka Ethan, is able to dodge a double bomb while 99% slowed. Impressive stuff.
I love watching these top
Hecarim,
trades every 10 seconds.
Yeah, thank you, directed camera. I wish there was a directed camera, but option where I just never
I
go
can
top lane.
exclude the fucking tanks, dude.
Yeah, like, unless they're below half health, I don't want to ever see them. Scoop is trying to make something happen in the bot lane, but I mean... Krusty Krab's running up on the Cho'Gath, and he's doing % health damage now. You know,
Misses
Cho'Gath
the
is able to
W.
dodge the W, but the Maokai CC is just kind of filthy. And Cho'Gath
We'll
is
go
able to
down here.
but we'll see. Krusty Krab pops his ultimate, and he heals up half, so...
Vex
Vex
ult
is
coming
going
through.
to
Does
land a
hit.
big ult.
That's
That'll
big.
be a big cleanup now. Cassidy does get, I believe, a plate mid. Maybe 2 plates. Oh, not plates at all, actually. It's after 14 minutes, so he might have got one before, but... And he's going to recall. They're going to seed the first turret, so... I think that is, First turret goes to the blue team. The kills went to... I don't even know which team.
I mean, we almost have a 4K gold lead at 14 minutes again. This one might just shape up like exactly the same as the previous game.
Blue team got the Feat of Warfare. So, the feats are 1-1 right now. No, wait, no, they're not. Feats are... Yeah, so both feats went to blue team. They had boots.
How can you even see it?
You can't. That's why I had to, like, go into the chat and, like, scroll up to see who got 3 kills first.
We love that.
Yeah, an epic client from Riot Games, by the way. They put all this shit on my scoreboard, and I can't even see what the feats are, man. I got a question for you, Riot Games. Why is there a ticker for Otacon with 1 on it, with 0 on it, as if somebody can get more than 1 Otacon? What's up with that? Just have it be like a tick mark or something.
A great trade coming out in the top lane. Wait, getting some damage onto the Seraphine. Dude, the
I
directed
gotta
cam just
see.
can't help itself.
Yeah, there's some things going on in the bot lane. It looks like somebody's making a run for Dragon.
Uh, Disney Princess is starting up the
Krusty
Drake.
Krab is walking up, but I don't think he knows that they're in the pit already.
He's down. Hecarim is up 2 levels. W goes completely wide. He is just dead here, it looks like.
Yeah.
Kane ult, or the,
We swapped to top lane for 1 tick of damage, and then back to the actual team fight. Shiny Chico goes down to a hook shot from Senna, and we're back to top lane.
Sugar does have his ultimate. The Q
He
hits.
Biddles is forced to flash out.
Now we have hit a 5k gold lead.
Yeah, I think before that, I was looking before that
Oh!
Cho'Gath is... So Cho'Gath flashes in that time, but he's actually knocked away. I mean, a good response from Biddles there to not get eaten. And with both flashes down on the top lane, it looks like Krusty Krab is going to try to pick off that Cho'Gath. Battle on Spirit gets a turret in the mid lane. It's another 300 gold to him. He's pretty rich. He might be going to buy a mansion. Mr. B-Bone gets tagged by the Poil and
Got up by
actually
the
has to
play.
flash away. I'm not sure he had to flash away there, I'm not going to lie, but he does.
Biddles is
Oh! She dodges
Oh.
the Hecarim knockback. Wait.
clean! Okay, Biddles.
Probably is all those games on Hecarim giving her the
The
mental
edge.
advantage, being able to see
Yeah, dude.
into the mind of the Hecarim player.
Very well played by Biddles there.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good timing.
This will be Herald going over to Hecarim. I mean, they are just picking up all the resources. Enrique is struggling even to get his own jungle camps at this point.
Yeah, it's just a slow bleed. If you are Enrique's, if you're the Blackrock Battle Bunnies, how are you getting back into this?
Actually, with a
First
cheese on the bot lane,
First
B-Bone
play is to run
maybe
down
not
Mr.
looking.
B-Bone. And Mr. B-Bone goes down.
It's a good pick. They waited there a long
Sir
time to
Porpoise
find
gets
that one.
exhausted. No, he gets slowed by.
Vex and Shogoth are both here.
But he's able to flash out, so Krusty Krab misses a dash over the wall. Shiny Chico's actually out of mana too. So the revive is actually important because it stops Vex from getting her ult back. Krusty Krab misses another W. And he's able to ult back in and not die, but and during the meantime, Shiny Chico goes down.
Dude, and this is how the fights are going without even the Hecarim being there. I mean, tough.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's a 1-for-1, but I'm not sure I'd be really happy with that 1-for-1. Biddles does it again!
Does it again. He's angry
Wait.
about that.
That one felt a little personal, actually.
Ulysses, you can
Krusty
feel it,
Krab's
he's
looking
upset.
to do something in the bot lane. I mean, this is a pretty prime time. You might be able to get a shutdown here or there. Sentinel comes in to try to mitigate some damage, and it's important to note that Krusty Krab does not have his ultimate. Cho'Gath goes down to Krusty Krab, and he's running for his
Flashback
life.
with the Vex.
He dodges everything, and Scoop is going to try to run down this Vex. She gets bombed, she gets stunned, she's put in a blender.
Oh, it's
But
so tough.
you know, the Seraphine or the Senna's back to heal him up. And it's looking like Vex is going to make it out, which is tragic for the red side because she was holding 500 gold in her pocket. Scoop is getting ran up
How
on by
did he
Mr.
end
B-Bone,
up
and
here?
he had some moves
Cleanse?
there.
Yep.
Cleanse saves him.
Hey, that's why I took it.
Hecarim is diving the tier 2 turret. He's looking for it at least. I think he was just doing a little bit of a pump fake on him.
Keeping them on their toes.
And Red Otacon has come up. So if there was ever a way back into a game for Red Team, it is the Red Otacon.
You get double res with the Zillion and the Red Otacon.
Yeah, that sounds abusive. And Cassidy is level 12. He does have Malignance, and he has a Hecarim in his lane running his ass down.
He should just be okay. The ultimate goes wide. Zillion stun, very
Zillion needs the
coming in
Vex
clutch.
ult. A valiant sacrifice, actually, because he doesn't die, and they are able to keep up the Cassidy.
You get Hecarim Ghost, Vexel, and Hecarim ult without anybody
It
dying. I
costed
mean,
you
it's fortunate.
probably like a month off of Shiny Trico's life from all the blood pressure raising. So they get out some resources if they do want to try to run for Otacon. The Seraphine ult is still down. I don't know if they can go force Otacon, but they might be able to get. If they get a pick, they can start to look there.
I mean, maybe you're content. You just decide, hey, let's give up the soul, or let's give up the soul point and just make a play for the Otacon. Blue
Yeah,
team
if I'm waiting,
worried about their starting it, rotating up away from the Drake. Meanwhile, Kassadin just sitting in the bot lane.
he's vibing down there, and he does have TP up, and Mr. Beebon's TP is down. So if a fight were to break out, there's a bit of a numbers advantage. Hecarim
I mean,
is
this is a
sort of alone in the bot lane with
3v4.
the Seraphine.
Yeah,
And
they should
Krusty
start
Krab
the
is just gonna
Drake.
start the dragon.
They're
You
just a
know,
little too split up.
the casters
They
were
get
worried
greedy.
about the red Otacon, and so were blue team, and they give up at least the first half of the dragon now. Vex is posturing. Hecarim goes in, and Kane gets a
Kane
smite.
gets it.
Curse of Dragons ults himself, but it's looking like oh no, it does not expire. He gets the res, but it's mayhem on the rift right now.
Blue
Business is
team
going
looks like
down,
they'll just be able to clean this whole thing up.
and red
A
team has been
flash
routed. They
Q
get
from
the
Maka.
dragon, but at what cost? Now the
I mean,
interesting thing
maybe
is,
you're okay
oh
with
wait,
that.
hold on, wait, Krusty Krab is getting ran upon by Sir Porpoise. No, he just barely gets out.
No sweat.
The scary thing about the red Otacon is like it will beat your ass, and so you actually do have to have more than 2 picks to go and just force it.
It's hard to secure it against a Cho'Gath if he has Devour.
Yeah, you ain't wrong. I mean, if anybody's gonna do it, it's probably Kane, right?
Hmm
But
I'm surprised that they didn't just have the Cho'Gath. You know, if he was there when that fight is coming out and is on the Drake, then they don't have to be worried about,
I
a
think they were.
steal
I
or
think they were
anything.
worried about the Otacon.
Yeah, the TP came out just a bit too late.
I mean, they didn't know that they were even doing Dragon until it was like half HP, really. They didn't have eyes on it directly. And
Is
Krusty
this a
Krab
pick
is
onto the
running up on the
Vex?
Vex, so Vex just presses the W button, the no fun button, and now Krusty Krab is at half HP. Biddles may be dying for. Oh, he dodges the
Clean W.
Seraphine ult. I mean, and they're going to start the Otacon now. 4v5, they might still be able to contest this, but it's looking like they're just going to concede it. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can do that, to be honest.
It feels really hard.
Krusty
Vexel
Dragons can
does hit the
nail the
Zillion.
Vex ult, and I mean they are a bit scattered. No, no. Krusty Krab says, I'm not doing that. And that is a really, really hard thing to give up, man. Especially when the fight started with that a pretty good looking engage onto the Vex.
I will say that the Maoka actually played it well that fight. It's just unfortunate that they did
Yeah, I
not
mean
have
there was
enough
just no
backup to make
support
it happen.
behind it, and so we begin the 3-minute power play for the blue team. And they're up about
7K
what,
gold lead.
7K gold.
Yeah.
We can do a quick gold check across the board. It looks like every single player is up about 1,000 gold, give or take, except in the
Once
mid lane
again, the
where there's
big mid lead.
a 2,000
Yeah.
gold gap in the mid lane is even for Cassidy, that's quite large. Looks like Krusty Krab is getting ran up on.
Will he be able to get out here?
I don't know if he has enough movement speed. Oh, he goes back in.
Seraphim does have the
He says,
ultimate.
"I want that 200 gold. Thank you, sir."
Oh, but a big Seraphine ult coming out.
Zillion is able to resurrect him,
Zillion.
and he drops a double bomb to get some
Ah,
cover for him, but it's
that's
not enough.
feasted.
Cassidy has been tired. He's sick of this shit. He's going
Oh,
in, and he's out of
this
mana, so now he's
Cho'Gath,
not going
dude.
back in. Yeah, Cho'Gath is huge. I want to see how many grass backs this guy has.
You don't really have like a proper AD carry who can melt down a Cho'Gath. This guy is pretty invincible at this point.
Is there a way for me to see how many grasp stacks he has?
Um, Good question.
I don't think there is.
Maybe if he's in combat, I don't know. I don't think so.
That's dumb. Oh, is it this button? No. Alright, well. I tried.
I'm surprised neither of these guys like Heartsteel. These
I
tank v
think,
tank matchups, you get some good
yeah,
opportunity to stack it up.
I don't know. I'd be a little bit worried about building straight HP into Kane.
That's true.
And, they're just doing the
Cho'Gath
Baron. Kane
does
goes
have the
in, but
ult.
it's pretty hard to
Yeah.
win that Smite Duel into a Cho'Gath. Now, the Autocon buff
Hecarim
does
does get
wear
picked
off,
here.
so a shutdown goes to the Kassadin. That's a little bit of breath of life, and they're going to try to convert into a big fight here. Hecarim,
Can
or
they chase
the
it? They have the
Maokai's coming
Maokai
out.
ultimate.
Maokai goes in. Sentinel's
Big Seraphine
oh,
ult.
where did Kassadin go?
Nuke, dude.
They're just trying to kill this Shogun, but dude has like 30 trillion HP.
Ah, he is actually just
Even with the
invincible.
cleaver, I mean, this is maybe one of the few times you actually want an ADC on your team.
Yeah.
Because it would, I mean, you start stacking MR on that Cho'Gath, and
By the way, peep the center build. It is
it is the cleaver build.
the
I
black
mean,
cleaver.
it's working this game. I guess if you have a Seraphine ADC, then it probably is a
Get some
viable
AD.
option to take some,
Yeah.
yeah, to take the cleaver build, and then Crystal Dragons is trying to set something up in the mid lane, but
And I mean, I'm never gonna say that it's over when you have like a Kassadin who's approaching level 16, but
I mean, he did just get a 500
13k
gold
gold
bounty
lead.
too. I mean, his Seraph's Embrace is out. Krusty Krab is getting ran up on by Hecarim, and I think this Hecarim's just gonna run his pockets. I'm not gonna lie.
The Hecarim's up
Yeah, that's
4
it.
levels. It is just impossible for him to
Uh,
play at this
Shiny
point.
Trico is running for his life. In the top lane, we have Seraphine versus Maokai. And in the
I want
bot
to watch
lane,
more of that.
they're pushing to end the game.
They are able to prevent any sort of siege from happening. They have enough wave clear with the Hui. Top tier 2 does go down. Can Maokai do it?
Maokai's found some hands, actually. Hold up.
He might be able to.
Hold
He's
up.
got the ultimate is up.
Vex is coming up to ruin the 1v1. Just let him fight it out, man. This is just a
No honorable
disrespectful
1v1.
from the Vex, man. Mr. Bebon's dropping emotes on Biddles. You hate to see like such dishonorable conduct.
They might be able to pick the Hecarim
A
here,
little
but the
bit of a tough
Vex
ult,
is there
but
with backup. Kassadin just going to go down.
yeah, I think with Kassadin going down, I mean it's gonna take a miracle to
This game might
get him
end
to
before
survive.
Kassadin's able
Did
to hit level 16.
did
Vex
Hoi
ultimate
just
lands
ult?
onto the Hui.
Hoi ulted
Burns to
Narnia
the...
there. Didn't
Yeah.
even not even the right direction. Mr.
This...
Bebon is catching Krusty Krab's hands. He does kill him, but Enrique,
Meanwhile...
I hate to let you know your inhibitor turrets are going, your Nexus turrets are going down. Maybe Kane is a bit tilted. He said, "I'm just gonna get my CS numbers up, man." He's trying to go
Hits
take.
the W
Yeah,
onto the Vex, but
I
no,
think he's
it
just
is
trying to
just
be a
going
bit
to
of a
be
distraction
GG.
at this point, and he is distracting.
Game
Hecarim
series will
is
end
the
to
game, so the Disney princesses are able to collect a victory.
B-Bone typing easy game.
Easy game, he says.
A
Uh,
hard-fought Seraphine ADC win.
yeah, I mean,
Now this Balon Spirit guy, two amazing games. I
yeah, he
mean,
was sort of shitting on people.
I would be inclined to just shoot the MVP over to him.
Yeah, I think Ulysses was still solid that game too, but and he did have a huge game one. But Balanced Spirit, I mean, in the mid lane, he carried that game for sure, and he was definitely like the 1B to Ulysses 1A in game one.
Oh yeah.
I'll shoot him. I'll see. So I'm gonna say Balanced Spirit was the MVP, but it is very close between him and Ulysses. They were both
Oh,
quite
for
good.
sure. I mean, the Graves performance was insane.
We will have a post game interview with Balanced Spirit.
Let's go.
Can he just join the casting desk or?
He has to get into the waiting room and then we move him, I think.
Um, but a good, yeah, really good showing. And again, I mean, Cho'Gath took 2 flashes this time. What did you even do, man? A double flash Cho'Gath? Are you shitting me?
Reinventing the
Versus
meta.
double flash Cassidy? No, it's not. Okay, he's in League Voice too. Can you scoot him up, or do we have
Uh,
to just go join him?
we just have to join
All right,
him.
we'll just go join him then. Yo, what is good, Ethan?
Hello, hello. Yeah, I'm
How
used.
did how did it feel to get first game, first series of OLS? You walk up,
Two
Yeah,
you
clean, decisive games.
yeah, two very clean, just slow building bleed out wins. How does it feel?
yeah. I feel it's really good. Especially we all know Eric is a really good player. We also respect him a lot, so we generally do not make mistakes. And I think our team just made a perfect job.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was really solid. It didn't it didn't look like there was like a weak link or anything like that. Just really clean across the board.
Oh yeah.
Um, how did you feel specifically about your two mid lane matchups?
Mid lane matchups, I think um we know like we checked the LPGG. Yusuf is a player, played Katarina,
Hmm.
Vladimir. And other champs are like for example, he pulled out that and Cassidy in this tournament, like in the like in the last games.
Hmm.
Those champs are not very strong-sided, but I'm actually a pretty strong-sided mid laner. So um, I just give him pressure and influence my pressure to the jungle side, and use that as a base to help my jungle win against Enric. I think Xiaofei also did a perfect job, especially game one. He's like super good.
Yeah.
Uh,
No,
yeah,
it was like for us it was a toss up for MVP between you and Ulysses. Um,
Yeah, I would not surprise like the MVP go to either of us. It's okay. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
but
for me, it's
the two of us, I think me and Nigel both like I think we both say you slightly eke out Ulysses just off of that game two.
We're
And
in agreement.
in game one you were also extremely good. I mean, how did it feel getting that much pressure from Thresh and still being able to generally come out even or ahead in some cases?
yeah. We kind of expected Thresh to gank me a lot because some players in my team know Curse of Dragon player in person,
Hmm.
so they know
Yeah.
that this player will would love to roam a lot, and I know that I will because I know Victor versus I know the Victor versus that matchup pretty well. I know he basically cannot do anything to me if I play it well. So the only risk is like the Thresh. So you can see I bring Ghost instead of TP.
Hmm.
One reason is I think um yeah I don't really think I need TP if the other person top lane is bringing TP as long as we are in the same voice call. make some voice like
Yeah, you
wave
just have good
arrangement.
comms. Yeah.
Yeah. So the reason I bring Ghost is one reason is that. The other reason is I knew the stretch will come for me, so I bring Ghost for better escape from him.
Hmm.
And yeah, there was like two pretty close, like two times he almost caught me.
Oh
But
yeah, no, there
yeah,
and even when he came up, it wasn't like his realms were bad or anything. He hit the hook almost every time he showed up in your lane, you know.
yeah,
But because of partially because of the ghost, partially because of your W usage on Victor, um, probably a little bit of dodging and ducking some Zed stuff, you're able to mostly make it out almost every time. And I've seen mid laners play
yeah.
sometimes, and that can be pretty frustrating to have the support like breathing down your neck like that. So
Yeah. So I also told my support, like, it is okay if you cannot follow up, but just tell me whenever he disappears. So I kind of expected it a little bit, but I really didn't expect him to flash E me. That was pretty decisive.
yeah,
Yeah.
I have to say I'm a little bit scared, but fortunately I dodged the Zads, lost the Q. So
yeah, no, it can be, dude. His Curse of Dragons realms are pretty scary, man. They can he's like he'll your friend whoever on your team was saying that Curse of Dragons will roam is absolutely correct. He roams like a psychopath, but they work really well, you know.
yeah,
Against most players, it catches him, and he's able to manufacture lead for his mid laner. And I expect they'll be able to successfully pull that off. A couple more times this split. But to be, the first guy in to be able to dodge that's pretty impressive. Pretty good job.
thank you very much. Yeah, I put like maybe more than 50% of the energy to dodge the ganks. So.
Yeah, no, I mean it's and there we had one final. We were talking
Mm-hmm.
about it pregame. Your team comp is you and Ulysses, and I know you guys. I had heard you guys were speaking Chinese in like the Winter Bowl, right? And
Oh,
your bot lane they do not
it's
speak Chinese. So do you guys speak mostly Chinese when you do your comms, like with just Ulysses, and then do you speak good old American for the other boys, or
okay.
how does the
So
comms look for
here
you
is the
guys?
case. Yeah. Here is the
Mm.
case. In the Winter Bowl, all the memberships. I don't know about NS. I kind of forgot, but everyone else like speak Chinese in that team.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
that's
I see.
why we just like because it's better for me and Jungle to communicate in Chinese, but he can
Mm.
also like English also works. So in
Mm-hmm.
our team, we just like now times for this team, we just totally speak English.
Yeah, no, I mean that makes sense. I was just curious what that, I know there are definitely some OLS players who are more comfortable and can, go quicker in Chinese or whatever it is. And I did notice as well that you threw your two American boys in the bot lane. All right, so I wasn't sure if that was like a conscious decision or if that's just kind of how it shook out.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I think our team has really good atmosphere. Everyone support each other, so I'll say it's actually a team's like teamwork.
Oh well, that's impressive to hear. That's nice. Well, we'll keep an eye on it, but really really strong first game. First series. And that puts
Yeah,
you guys up. You sealed it.
we still have some hidden technology haven't shown yet.
Oh
Oh, we've got the
shit.
hidden tech, huh?
Yeah. Just be expected to that. Yeah.
Well, we'll keep an eye. I'll have to cast some more of y'all's games then if you got
How exciting.
something hidden.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the post game interview and congrats on at least your caster MVP. We'll see what the crowd votes on, but I have a feeling
Okay.
that it'll be a close 50-50. And I mean, you got your two votes here, so um,
Okay.
congrats, and look forward to watching you guys next week.
Thank you.
And then yeah, so pretty big win for B-Bone and
Oh yeah.
Ulysses and Ethan. Can you ask how
Gonna
good his
move up
top laner's
in
Chinese
the
is? Oh,
power
I
ranking.
didn't see that in time, Rags. But you could probably ask him in DM in a general chat, in the OLS chat, bro. TDL doing the most to give a game 3 heart. Love to see someone who cares about the fans. I'm pretty sure TDL is at Cho'Gath. I think that that is TDL's Cho'Gath.
Was he?
Yeah, he was. Night shadow. Yeah. The red things on the items, the red things on the boots. No, I'm just reading these old chats to see if there's
Scrolling
anything.
through it.
Mr. Bebon dropped a GG's. I mean, I think it was a good game. It was a good series. Um, good and nice to hear that against all odds, many people were wondering going into this OLS split if this team would be able to pull it together. Uh, but based on Ethan's first-hand account, it sounds like they're all working together. They're all having a good time, and that's the spirit of the OLS, man. It's not always about just playing with your friends. Sometimes it's about playing with your enemies and making them your friends. All right.
And I will say, I don't think that Enrique's team is a weak team by any means. It's just
Oh,
today it
I
seemed
agree as well. I don't think
like
they're
they'll
weak
be
at all.
able to pick up some series wins for sure.
Yeah, I think especially like Yusuf did struggle today. But I think that Yusuf's playstyle is a little more geared towards not playing against teams that are like perfectly communicating and is a little
Very
bit
well
more of like
coordinated.
I would say Yusuf is a little bit more like pub stompy, which is not a bad thing in OLS because a lot of these games, hey, I don't know if you saw some of the games this week, they look like pub stomps to me, you know. But if you're playing against a team that doesn't make mistakes, like you know, Ethan's team didn't make very many mistakes that we saw. At least none that were taken advantage of pretty heavily, right? So I think if Yusuf is allowed to have a little bit more breathing room or is up against a mid laner who is not going to be so
Of a lower
hard to,
caliber, yeah.
so he's not going to be able to be so difficult to chip out a win against. I think he can pop off. But we'll have to see going forward. We can go ahead and I'll pop up the power rankings real quick. Yeah, so
Rags is asking
they
to show
they
the groups.
show the group now. I don't think I got that in my layout, bro. I'm not gonna cap. Oh, I do. Here's Group A and Group B. So that puts Enrique's team 0-1 in the groups, and he's up against he's in the same boat as your team and Alex's team at 0-1. 2-0s across the board this week, which I don't think happens very often in OLS for all 5 games to be 2-0. I mean, Rax is just doing that so he could beat his meat in the fucking team chat, right? Oh, Group B is so much better, guys. But it's week 1 in this Mickey Mouse Fearless Draft format that no one's ever played before. And to be honest with you, Ragul's team, one of those 2 wins was a fake win that they got off a lane swap cheese. So I'm not sure I'd really say Group B is that much stronger, to be honest. It's got that Charles team in it. Which, we want to. I'll go ahead and make the announcement now. We have sent and made a trade. We sent one of our players, Gama. He allegedly is no longer playing in OLS. So
He's gone to
there's
a
a
better
reason
place.
for that. We have sent him to the Guangdong Tigers. We will be naming the player being sent from the Tigers probably tonight, maybe tomorrow. But we're pretty happy with who we were able to trade away for him. And we're looking forward to having a full team of 5 players and not a substitute.
Crazy that that's not a given.
Yeah. It's every season it happens. Somebody signs up and then they don't want to play, or they didn't get on their friend's team, or they are in the mountains for 4 months and lose all their internet. And you got to find somebody to step up. And I believe we found the guy, the guy. But not a lot to say about these group stages. I mean, it's there's literally been one series, I did think
It'll be
that
interesting to see how it develops.
if you check the power rankings, I mean, the power rankings are relatively they were relatively spot on. I think the only team that won that was not expected to win was Enrique's team. Enrique's team lost to the Disney Princesses at 6, but all these other 4 teams, I think all lost, right? Yeah. So pretty much chalk all the way around, except for Enrique's team falling to Ethan's. Well, this is not your team name, Rags. This is fake. I'm pretty sure your team name was like Rags to Eaters or something like that. I think your team name was 1 loss equals 10 minus 10 pounds for Rags. And at the
Okay.
end of the season, they check like how many games they dropped, and then he has to drop 10 pounds per. I mean, that might be a little easy. You may want to pop it up to 20, but overall, I mean, a good showing for the first week of OLS. Some
Is that the last
interesting,
game of
some
the
fun,
week?
interesting games. Yeah, that's the last one. So
Okay, so
uh,
it gets wrapped up.
we'll see who all plays next week. I don't know if I even have the schedule for next week, but I think Rags has it
You're
somewhere.
playing against Kyle. No, it's on the spreadsheet.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I don't have it seen for me.
Nightshine versus Alex, Charles versus Kyle, Rags versus Nolan. I'm playing the Ulysses team,
What are your
and
plans for that? Have you got any
there'll be some
plans?
jungle gappage.
I mean, there will be some jungle gappage. We can agree on that. You gonna snipe the Graves pick?
Dude, I mean, what I need to happen is I need my top laner to show up, and
I mean, that may be nice.
then we can talk about getting a dub.
I mean, I thought he showed up. I mean, you had 2 top laners last series, actually. To be fair, 2 separate ones
Oh.
for game 1 and game 2. Also, if I recall correctly, he did actually show up for game 1, and then you ran into the enemy jungle as Kane and ran it. Level 1.
Oh no, the lane swap game, dude. Okay,
Oh yeah, you're right. Game 2 then. Oh no, that was game 1 actually. That you died in the middle of the jungle.
yeah, that was a
Level
bit
1.
ambitious by me.
It happens. It happens. Yeah. I think we'll see. I think Chansey can bounce back. I mean he's a good player, right?
Oh
Don't
yeah,
get it twisted. He can pop off. And if anybody's gonna pop off against Cho'Gath, it might be him. It might not be him, but it might be him.
I
And
hope so, dude. If Chansey loses to a silver player in the top lane,
that may be
it
it.
wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be then.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that was probably the hard part for trying to match up Enrique's team against Ethan's team is that
Yeah.
if you're gonna play Cho'Gath top and you're gonna be able to play it both games and you have to match that with a tank, um, that's sort of that's like a pretty difficult thing to do. You can't really win against Cho'Gath on a tank. But
100%. I
if
mean, you
you
feel great getting one of like your lower elo players to just be, relatively dominant in a lane, and then they get to run it back the next game, which isn't a privilege that, your opponent might have.
yeah, but I think that like if you're picking Cho'Gath and Chansey is able to counterpick a Cho'Gath, he should be able to get a sizable advantage in the top lane. Unless their team captain says, "Oh well, you picked insert any support champion here. We're swapping to top lane," and then they 2v1 him in the top lane.
Surely that would never happen.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of coward would do something like that. Um, yeah, I mean,
Okay.
interesting first showing for OLS. We'll see how things develop. I know there's 5 weeks of OLS regular
Regular
season,
season.
and then it chops to the last, whichever team is last. So if you're a 1-0 team, you should be sighing a little bit of a breath of relief. I wouldn't say you're not out of you're not all the way out yet, but you're one step closer to playoffs. Just don't lose every single game from here on out.
Okay. Well, do you want to call it?
Yeah, I mean it's 11:02 p.m. I'm tired as hell. I gotta wake up for work tomorrow. So, all
Likewise.
right. Well, thanks for the duocast. And thanks to both the captains for putting their teams together and for pulling up. And I'll see you guys probably sometime next week. I'll cast some more. Peace out.